Excellent. Be right back.
What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Count Von Count. His partners today in the red color, playing as Uranus. His name is Grass. And finally, rounding out the team in the teal color, playing as Loki. His name is Nullus. On the other side of the map, in the yellow color, playing as Uranus, his name is I Kill You Die. In the purple color, we have our Loki player Mechanics. And rounding out the team, playing as Poseidon, his name is Matreiuss. Now, AOL Iron Maiden is here with me. He's currently gone to grab a drink. And it sounds like he's back.
I have returned, special drink in tow. I'm very excited for the games. I didn't see the God picks, but I'll pick them up here, soon enough.
Yes.
Yeah, 1-1. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Got a tied series. This is the best. This is the best. No one wants to see a sweep. Sweeps are fun, but no one wants to see one really. You want the competitive series, nice and close. And I mean, so far these teams are both playing so insanely well. Both teams actually coming in with really, really strong strategies for their own home map and taking those games here. But now we're hitting the pre-selected maps, and both teams have got time to prep these, time to get their strategies in order. And we do see some interesting team comps here.
Yeah, I can't really comment on that just yet. What are the god? We do have an Odin. Count Von Count going with Odin. Okay.
I'm a bit surprised to see Odin. I actually was expecting to see the Thor here with Count, but it makes sense if they predict Matreiuss to go Poseidon, because Matreiuss loves his Poseidon in team games. But I think most players will agree that if there's an Odin out there with those Lone Wanderer Ulfsarks, it's going to make the mass Hippocon of the Poseidon much, much more difficult to execute.
Actually, haven't said that. I mean, Matreiuss is not only that, but also Count, as the Odin player, is matched up against Matreiuss on the bottom of the map. So not only is that god dynamic there, but they are directly against each other on the bottom, on the flank. So interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Like, you can get especially with the Loki, you can kind of get the Loki to come over and match up against force that matchup against the Odin and have the Poseidon player say, I'm going to just completely ignore this guy and I'm going to start attacking the Uranus player. You can kind of do that, but it's risky, and yeah, it's tough to make it happen, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, even so, Odin against Poseidon is one thing, but it's not like Mass Hippocon are all that special against Uranus.
No.
Once if Grass and Groom can get enough Murmillo going, dude, I've said it once, I've said it a million times, I've seen it a million times. Murmillo are scary, man.
Yeah,
Once you can get those bad boys upgraded to medium, if you can get a decent Murmillo spam going against gods, especially like Poseidon, that gets a little scary, man.
I agree. In fact, I want to go one step further than that. Considering this matchup, you've got Uranus, you've got Loki, you've got Poseidon. You're gonna laugh, but I'm actually like 50% serious on this. Grass could have gone Oceanus here and gone Mass Murmillo. I'm half serious.
Bite of the Shark.
For Bite of the Shark, like Mass Murmillo is gonna work really well. Obviously, the Carnivora can help kill off the Poseidon Hippocon, which is super valuable as well. And hit timing's a little bit later than using that Prometheus. Obviously, Prometheus is so much value because of the Valor, but good harass here from Matreiuss to start the game off with the Theseus coming in.
Dude, it's almost exactly what you said. Matreiuss, Poseidon player, he's going after Uranus. Good call.
Yeah, and the Oracles here for Grass, normally in a 1v1, you know this is coming. You just bring an Oracle back and you have one Oracle sitting on the villages. As soon as the Theseus comes in, the Oracle hacks, the villager shanks, and you can defend that sort of pressure nice and early. But it looks like Matreiuss says, time to run away. The Valkyrie is coming for my base. I'm scared. But he will be able to get a Hippolyta out here.
It's a pretty big map, so it'll take time for Hippolyta to get over there, however.
Yeah.
How about teal? How about teal and pink? What's going on over there? Hello. I see a lot of dots going around.
Yeah, We see a cheeky
Loki
little
war, baby.
Ooh, a spy on the food villages is not 100% standard. Normally we see the spy on the Herso, so you know where the army movements are. But this is going to be like a big bright dot on their map saying, hey, come and raid me right here on this open walrus. We'll see if that's going to happen. I imagine Grass is going to be able to hit that raid at some point, cause a lot of problems there, or maybe even Count will be able to come over there at some point as well.
Well, it is against, I mean, Mechanics is playing against Odin, Loki, and Uranus. So going forward for Hunt, that's a gamble. You got to protect that big time.
That's
man.
right. I mean, he's going to leave his Hersa on this. He's going to have a little bit. When I was watching Squash playing, you see the Valkyrie killing some goats here. When I was watching Squash playing Loki, the thing that he did really well is he leaves like a handful of Hersa on his Hunt, and while he's not going to be able to defend a big attack on it, it gives the villagers time to run away. So it's a really, really nice way to make that work, as the Hersa managed to snipe the Valkyrie, causing some problems here. Nice play from
Is that a
Mechanics.
successful raid? I think that's successful raid, right?
Where is it on this? A little bit.
Oh, I mean, killing the goats, baby. That's a raid, right?
I wouldn't
That's
go.
food
I mean,
degradation.
it's very. Yeah, it does a little bit. It does, I don't know if I'd say losing a Valkyrie for it's worth it, but
Sick raid here, sick raid, folks.
sick raid. Well, we do indeed see the Hippocon Ulfsark matchup here. Count's going to have. Count's got the responsibility in this game to make something happen in this one, I think, because he should have the advantage here from a purely on paper. So we'll see if he can actually convert that with the Ulfsark Lone Wanderer shenanigans. Matreiuss can also do like a fast mythic here as well, off like one town center fast mythic with a bunch of Hippocon to defend, and potentially start getting some Hippaspis out on the way to turn the tides in a way.
I was going to comment on it earlier. Matreiuss actually has a bajillion goats. I've counted, and that is precisely a bajillion right there.
I think that's accurate.
So, it is accurate, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, so that's amazing, man. He doesn't. We were talking about hunting in the middle and whatnot. Having that many goats in your dadgum base, that's incredible, dude.
Yeah, this is something I think a lot of players don't 100% realize, is that while Hunt does obviously gather much faster, the walking time to get forward to it, that's resources lost. Whereas if you jump straight onto goats, especially with husbandry, it's not that much slower. It's like 2 animations, so 4 seconds slower for 30 food than 30 on hunts. It's not a big difference. I mean, it is, but it's not enough to kind of say, well, it's worth it to sacrifice my villages in the center of the map to try and find something I know I can't hold.
Pretty decent raid here, man. With that troll coming in, he can. That kind of complicates things. I know Theseus is right. Yeah, Theseus right there. So not too shabby, but still, Ulfsarks are right there. I think Matreiuss is gonna hold, but
yeah, it's a nice
things could get dicey.
Nice little raid here. I mean, with if Hippolyta was in, this would be a lot less scary for Matreiuss, but those Ulfsarks, they can't really take that fight. Just you need a couple more. But he does have Hersa. Nullus is running Hersa around and all the other good stuff. But I think the problem right now for UCA is that it seems like grass is kind of not being touched, even though IKillYouDie is now starting to push in here. He's eaten all the walrus in the middle of the map.
So speaking of Murmillo numbers, that's one thing. Very nice shockwave there. A little bit of a skirmish here. It's fairly equal between the two Aranos players, but Murmillo numbers. I mean, you're talking about him getting all those. A very nice raid again here, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge raid. He picks the ox cart. He picks the ox cart off. He picks a couple of villagers off, and he runs away. IKillYouDie is kind of bringing the entire army over to kind of JSS to defend, but UCA gets in, gets out. That's good there for UCA in a big way.
Slowing down those Ulf numbers, baby. Slowing down the Ulf numbers. I mean, Grass and Groom getting all those Murmillo numbers out potentially with the hunt he's able to take. It makes a big difference, dude. It makes a very big difference.
Yeah. Well, so Count now. I mean, that to me gives Matreiuss the edge now. But Count's going 3 town centers. Mm-hmm. This is Count's. Count is He's an older lad, and he knows you gotta get the economics sorted in your life. Get that security, Put the deposit down on the houses and get yourself.
He's married now.
That's right. He's got other problems to worry about.
He needs that security, baby. He's trying to settle down roots, put down roots down there in the bottom side. This is a nice raid, Boyd, but there's also flaming weapons going on in the middle. I want you to click there. Oh.
I don't even know where the... Well, there's a ceasefire, but I don't even know where the Hursa are.
I thought there was a big fight in the middle. I saw a big glob of yellow and a flaming weapon, so I imagine there was a big fight on the minimap, but the Hursa are kind of everywhere. I'm not 100% sure what that was all about.
Maybe there's a couple of units are dead, but...
That's exactly what it was. He was planning on doing that much more damage in 30 places around the map. That is a good idea. That is a good idea.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you're playing Loki versus Loki and you click flaming weapons, the Loki player your opponent just retreats because you both got the same speed units. So maybe it is a better idea to just click that flaming weapons kind of with your units all over the place, so they can't just run away. Makes some sense from Nullus, but ceasefire.
Exactly.
Well, I like this forest fire as a retreat here from Count, but he's going to lose another ox cart. Oh no, Matreiuss too scared of the trees. They are kind of scary. They are.
Have you ever been in a forest fire, Boyd? Have you ever been in a forest fire? It's pretty scary, man.
I've clicked resign to many forest fires before in my life.
Ooh.
Yes, we do it. I mean, Matreiuss, he just loves this. He loves this so much. He's just like, give me my Hippocon, give me my Thracian horses, give me my bronze. Let me do some shenanigans. He's going Artemis already. We talked about that. He can do this one town center fast mythic thing, cause a lot of problems. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Boy, I know that we were kind of joking about Count taking 3 town centers, but it kind of worries me a little bit, especially when Matreiuss is staying 1 town center and jumping through ages. He's going to have Hippospis, he's going to have God Powers, he's going to have Power Spikes. And so I don't think the classical Odin, even though Mass Ulfsark can be strong, I don't think the classical Odin on 3 town centers, it doesn't often fare very well against, Earthquake and all the potential garbage that Mythic Greek can do. Yeah. So I'm a little bit sketched out for a countdown here.
That's the beauty about...
But he is a good player.
Yeah, it's the beauty about mythology, right? Like you've got... Like teching is so much better in mythology than like the other Age of games, that you can make these kind of 1 town center plays focusing on getting myth units out, focusing on getting like big god powers out to get huge timings in. But the good thing here for Count is he is in the heroic age now, so he does have access to Frost Giants. So if he micros well, he can slow those Chimera down and potentially just kill them without them doing any damage.
Yeah, very true. Still, like an Earthquake, for example, I know there's a big blob of blue in his base. If you get Earthquaked and there's a spam inside your base, you suddenly lose all of your farms, all your food eco.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times that's caused me problems as a Norse player.
And
we can see it right here.
It's coming. It's coming. Can he get it? There's no upgrade, so that town center should go down. It's a lot of buildings. Earthquake is such a disgusting god power if you don't have those upgrades. And he just kills so many buildings. And now I imagine the Chimera is just going to wander straight into that main base and start sniping villages down. But Count's in prepared there with those Frost Giants already.
Do you give either team an advantage here? It seems like there's just a lot of random harassment around the map. I don't really see a big powerhouse, a big boom, a big game-ending situation, aside from the potential Earthquake on the bottom. Do you notice any type of advantage in this game?
I mean, I think if I had to give something, it's that the Odin player isn't dead at the moment, which means Ragnarok is coming, which means gold mines are going to get clicked off and life's going to be tough. But we do see the tiers coming through here, which is going to cause some more problems. So if anything, sure, slight edge for JSS still having that Ragnarok to go in this game.
true.
Saying that, though, you do have Matreiuss playing Greek. The pacifists are really, really good at dealing with Ragnaroks. And he is losing villages, so...
Pacifists are very strong against Ragnaroks. I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, but I definitely, if there's any advantage that I can necessarily give here, I'm gonna say maybe map control, a gold mine situation. I could definitely see Count struggling for gold down here. We see that he and Nolus are both sharing gold back there.
Yeah.
And there's our first Fimbulwinter.
And there's still like Matreiuss is just raiding. He's never gonna stop these sorts of raids. He's just gonna continue to pick these villages off. We even see Nolus having to convert some villages to Olsarks there to put a stop to that.
Yeah, we haven't paid much attention up on the top side. It seems like Akil-Yadai has had his army just kind of helping out with the harassment here, there, and elsewhere. But he just took the score lead, man. He might start rolling here soon enough.
Yeah, he's got his 2 town centers up. I mean, Grass has also got his 2 town centers up. But what's happened to Grass as Mechanics now clicks that Fimbulwinter is Matreiuss has just been raiding Grass this entire game. He's been losing citizens. So while they should be equal, these Uranus players, they're both the same kind of town centers. They're both matching up fairly equally. Akil-Yadai's economy is not getting touched.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that Odin base, baby. How are those wolves faring? Are they feeding? Are they feasting?
Yeah, I mean, Fimbulwinter's one of those god powers where there's not much you can do. You just have to put all those villages into the town center, just wade, bide the storm, and just take the loss, and then pop back out afterwards. So both teams getting hit though. I don't know who actually ends up advantageous after everything is sorted out, but with Count losing this town center, losing that forward position is going to be really, really big. And if Akil-Yadai can start controlling this position here as well, and this game is looking dicey for JSS.
Whoa. Has Mechanics used his flaming weapons yet?
Nope. Still available. I don't know what he's saving that
And there's no frost.
Yeah.
No frost, no flaming weapons, nothing to counter it.
Yeah, and Count's here, he's getting a lot of damage. One thing there we go with the flaming weapons. One thing that JSS could consider here, that's villages. That's down. Is they could feed Count to the Mythic Age. Rather than Grass going Fair right now. Just give all those resources to Count. So go Rag. We'll just put all our eggs in the Rag basket. But this rate's just continuing.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, JSS is out of gold. I mean, they've got a gold mine in the main base, 700 gold there, and this one over here, but they're out of gold. UCA just needs to hold the position.
Yes, exactly. It seems like throughout, like I was mentioning before, throughout the middle part of this game, it was, harassment here, harassment there, harassment here, harassment there. It was difficult for me personally to put on or to attribute some type of advantage, but it seems like the gold situation. Surprise, surprise! The gold situation is a problem on Frozen Waste. That's kind of the whole purpose, right?
That's right. That's right. That's it.
Favoring UCA here, however, favoring UCA.
Yeah. It's tough to. I mean, the answer is to get yourself like Matreiuss has got here. You get your fortress up. You get 10 villages on this. You get a fortress up over here. You get 10 villages here, and then when you get attacked, you're kind of just garrison your villages. But yeah, it's a lot of resource investment to ensure that you're not going to get blown off the map, which Count could not manage to get set up in time. Neither could Nolus here.
So I think we both agree UCA definitely looking good. Okay, looking real good.
Looking good
there
enough.
We go.
Good enough to say we're signing.
Okay, GG.
That was a great game. I mean, you give credit to I have to give credit to Matreiuss here. Like the amount of times you see Poseidon having struggles against Norse, and Matreiuss just makes it look easy. He makes it look easy. I don't know what it is. He just like defends beautifully, gets the raids in. He gets the timing for the Mythic Age. He had all the goats to make it work, mind you, but he did it beautifully. And I mean, Mechanics does Mechanics. He's going to pocket Loki. Is going to be pocket Loki. Solid game here from UCA as they go up 2-1.
Very nice. Can in my opinion, I think I could argue that the goat numbers. We're kind of joking about the goat numbers. I think the goat numbers maybe won the game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you have to farm in the classical age as anyone, you can't tech. You can't do like a fast tech thing. The farms just gather so slowly. You have to put so many resources into building the farms. But if you can get to the heroic age, you can get and still have a couple goats remaining. Getting to the mythic age isn't that big of a stretch on top of that. So yeah, maybe if he had like, I don't know, 4 less goats, he might not have been able to make that mythic age hurt as much.
I didn't see a lot of big fights from Matreiuss. It seems like they were mainly skirmishes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to look at the kill death ratio, and we're 20 minutes into the game. It's hard to tell. He didn't. I mean, he did lose the least amount of units if you look at the green line right there. Anyway, so like you said, if you have some goats left over once you get into the heroic age, if you don't lose units, then boom, you can make your way to up through mythic and wham bam, thank you ma'am. There's an earthquake.
Oh man. Well, that's the game. We're going to game number. What are we up to? Game number 4.
4, yeah.